Greetings fellow Vita fans, James, PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. In a ironic twist of fate, it seems that already we have got more games announced for the PlayStation Vita. You all remember when I posted that June 2019 PlayStation Vita update video? Yeah, that was only yesterday. And I had mentioned that this was more than likely not going to be all the games releasing for this month. Well, in what only can be described as some kind of world record, already on the day that video went up, we got more games announced, making that video already outdated. Oh, and did I mention that they're coming out next week? Yeah, now you can see how just little time these games get announced in between gaps, or how far apart they're spaced out. You get the idea. Alright, and with all of that drama out of the way, here are the new PlayStation Vita games arriving next week. First is a game that much reminds me of Tron and the 80s, and that can never be a bad thing, except when it reminds you of your age. This title is called Neon Junctions, developed and published by Nine Eyes Game Studio. I had a tough time saying that name for some reason, along with Salty Snail, which I gotta say is like the best name to ever name your game company in the history of forever. Neon Junctions is a first-person puzzle platformer imbued with atmosphere of synthwave and 80s. See, all you had to do was put an 8 and a 0 in the description and I'm already sold. That's right up my alley. Plunge into cyberspace and try to overcome 35 levels capable to challenge not only your savvy but also dexterity. Are we savvy? Capture and move conductive cubes, close electronic circuits, and restore power to the interactive objects around you to get to the teleportation plant, which is able to take you to the next level of the game. And what I can derive from said title thus far, it sort of looks like a Tron meets Marble Madness type of deal, only with blocks. I know that makes no sense. And I know probably a lot of you don't even know what Marble Madness is. It was a game back on... how can I explain this? It was a retro game back in the old days, so, you know, like 3 people here probably remember it. However, I will say that considering that this is obviously an indie title, it's actually a 3D indie title, and it looks pretty good too. Suffice to say, I'm getting disoriented from it. Its graphical prowess is off the charts. And I'll just be honest here, I have no idea what the description was talking about, but hey, Marble Madness. And you can pick up Neon Junctions in North America on June 4th as a digital download, and June 5th in Europe, also available as a digital download. Now the next game we gotta talk about is Word Wheel by Powgi. Many of you out there may already know about this, but I'm not a huge fan of games like these. At least not when it comes to video games. Paperback, however, we're all good. But I do realize that they have their fan base, so here's what you need to know about said game. Word Wheel by Powgi. The classic word wheel puzzle goes digital. Find as many words as you can from the letters shown, always using the middle letter. There are 100 puzzles to solve and 100 groan-worthy jokes to reveal. Oh, do I ever know what that feels like. Okay, so I just gotta mention one thing here. The gameplay that you're actually seeing, it's not exactly from the Word Wheel by Powgi game. It's a lie. Powgi makes a bunch of these titles and they all, for the most part, kind of look the same, so what I went ahead and did is, since I wasn't able to find any actual footage of the Word Wheel game, instead I'm showing you some of their older releases. But like I said, they all kind of look the same, and the only difference between this one is that it looks like the letters are more in a wheel-based format. But other than that, it doesn't look that much different. And you can kind of get a feel of what this game's going to be like. Either that, or you hate my guts right now. And believe me, there are plenty of people who feel that way. Oh, and I should mention at this point that the Word Wheel by Powgi has quite a lot of good trophies, a ton of silver, and even a platinum. So, trophy hunters, you may want to take word of this game, or take note. You get it. And the release date. Word Wheel by Powgi, you can get your hands on this title on June 4th in both North America and Europe as a digital download. I don't have exact pricings yet at the time I'm making this video for either of these games, but I'm assuming they're not going to be that much. Alright, my fellow Vita players, that covers both of the games that I shamefully was not able to cover in my June 2019 video. May we never speak of that video again. But let me know what you think about this. Do either of these games tickle your fancy? You gotta admit that Neon Junctions game, for an indie title, it looks pretty graphically impressive. Even though I still have no idea what the heck's going on in it, but you know. And hey, who doesn't love to live in the world of Tron? Hey, I'd jump at it. But I'd love to know if you do as well. Well, you know, if you like the games, not if you actually want to live in Tron. That's kind of my own personal dream right there. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. The following video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people over at Patreon, including Phantom XRS, Saul Ramirez, Kyle Brooks, JR, E-Rock, Pierce Sterner, Adam Thury, Sculpture Tugel TCG, BMF, Ruben Gutierrez, Joshua Williams, Jared Haddo, Kevin Enright, Heston Joseph, and Aaron Swanson. If you yourself, I'm looking at you, are interested in supporting the channel, then check the links down in the description below. I have a number of exclusive perks available for people that do so. Now my mission begins. I'm going to watch the full Tron movie and play Marble Madness again. Somebody's got to be copywriting somebody else.